Hopefully we should be live. No? This is Revolt. Revolt being one of my favorite racing games of all time, and also the premier toy track and toy Revive. I mean, I know it doesn't look like Revive with the whole black screen. That's really unappealing to anyone who arrived now. But Revive, and we're streaming and we're doing it finally. I've had the worst of. Actually, let me just turn on the console. I've had the worst of luck with streams today. The internet just wasn't working, and so I had to stop them several times, which wasn't really a big problem because I was streaming Crockpot and Never Gomez, and as everyone knows, that's just one game I suck at. I suck at it really hard. But the game I'm playing today, hopefully, Revolt, is a game I'm familiar with. It's actually the premier and I should pick a language: English, Italian, Stoa, Spanish. Back in those days, the games came in 3 or 4 languages with each disc, which were separated into regions, and Stoa. And let us start this journey, I guess. So here we go. And really, I'm not very good at this whole. Oh, the music scene. Of course, there's no save data because I don't have a memory card inserted, but as I said in the title, we're going to do Volken Turbo. And the cool thing about Revolt in particular is that it actually offers several kinds of races, from arcade fun to full-on simulation. Although, as you can imagine, in the PlayStation version, the simulation takes a whole lot longer to load than it's advisable. Where is the end? The end. So let's look for our Volken Turbo. Of course, we always go Turbo, Volken Turbo. That is our racing though. And let's do. Well, I guess since I'm not in my memory card file with everything, well then let's do the Browns Cup. First turn are better and needs race to progress. Let's top of the table and to access the next challenges. If you were wondering why I had to pause to read, it was because I was setting up the stream to work better, supposedly. I'm not sure that's true, but And yeah, this game takes a while to load. It's part of the charm. It even makes a joke about it. Look, boring frippery. It's coming. Frippery, which means unnecessary detail. Loading data. So yeah, I haven't played this since I did the review pretty much. But you never forget a game like Revolt. It's the premier racing game with toy cars. To be fair, there's not a lot of other games I could think of with toy car racers, except perhaps Toy Story Racers, but it's the premiere. You have to respect it for that. Interestingly enough, the PC version was available on GOG.com. It's a very nice version. It was remastered and ported over by the fan from the Windows 98 version, which of course gave it trouble. You see, though I haven't told the story why it's not available now on GOG.com, is fans remade it. The company which owned the rights, some South Korean company. Yeah, Acclaim went bust some time ago. This was made by Acclaim, by the way. Some South Korean company just put that version up and made people pay, which didn't sit right with the fans. No, it was called Revolt Life, and it's still available if you know where to look. But the truth is, and as I head into this tunnel, let me pick up an item. But the truth is, and I love the jankiness of the PS1 version, but the truth is, for the third time and hopefully the final one, it didn't seem to. Oh, I flipped. Damn. The truth is that it didn't sit right with the fans. They had ported the game, they just took the fan-made patches and put it on GOG. So it was removed after what was pretty much a shouting match. So now, if you want to play it legally, you have to buy a used copy of the PC version, or better yet, the Dreamcast version. You can look backwards and sing R2, which is the backwards button. There's actually some really good music. It's kind of got an electro-technic vibe, and the levels in this get real creative. There's a Old West Saloon, there's a ship, it's called the Titanic. Not the Titanic, the Titanic. And of course there's cul-de-sacs like this one, which is always nice. And I hope my internet isn't acting up, because honestly, it's been acting up all day. I've been trying to stream. This is the 6th attempt at streaming. Oh, turn around. That's not good. At streaming. This is the 6th attempt at streaming I do. And they're pretty much all gone wrong because of the internet, which is kind of a bummer. And I can see the last match approaching. Because a real cool thing this game does, if I could stop hitting it, please. This game does is that besides the mirror tracks and the inverted tracks giving you 3 times more tracks, it also shows you, what does it show you? How far away you are from first, second, from your next opponent, your closest opponent. So I've gotten quite a massive lead up. Here of course cul-de-sac, it's the first stage. It's not too hard, especially on the Bronze Cup. It gets trickier later on. But I'm actually doing a big circle around the track. If you noticed a little bit before I run into someone going into the tunnel area, yeah, that's because you actually do a huge turn. And I risked it. I shouldn't have risked it. I tried to do a nice jump. It was a bit of an arrogant thing to do. Oh, the star is the most powerful. It's usually hidden or in a... Sorry. It's usually hidden or in a very risky... or in a risky place to get. Like in the ship area, it's in a corner you'd have to stop to get. But it's usually worth it. I'm just not really confident that I could pull over that car. That red car is where the star is located in this game. So... I always get wrecked here, so I'm just not going there, and I think I finished. Of course, The thing about Revolt is that Revolt has they're just finishing now. Revolt has what's it called? Better cars. It has it's called a stunt arena where you can test out the cars you unlock. But I'm going to continue the same thing with the Volken Turbo, because what is the Volken Turbo if not the best car ever, and the one I love? Oh, the next one is in the supermarket. And supermarkets are rather fun levels. It's called Supermarket 2, so you know there's a Supermarket 1. But here we go. So everyone goes right and I go right. And I think this section has ice, so it's slippery. Don't quote me on that though. Oh, items. I forgot there are items in this game. So R1 is not the reset button, but the item button. And this is supposed to simulate a typical supermarket. These are the gas registers, the items, the everything. I think this is supposed to be the warehouse, I'm not sure, or just the entry. But yeah, as long as you don't crash, you'll be fine. Because much as the AI starts using items that stop you in your tracks, and I'm going to use my oil puddle to get a better item hopefully, which probably won't have. Oh, this one is a very good item actually. If someone approaches, you'll see. So I'm not going to purposely screw myself up to. Almost had a problem there. But this is my favorite item in the entire game. It basically stops, and I swept there. It basically stops whoever's sitting. Only works on the electric cars though. So I've done that. So yeah, if I could find my memory card, my childhood memory card, I had all cards unlocked and the puddle just went away, if you noticed. I could show you high-speed trails, but Burnt Cup is pretty much basic. Though the trucks do get more interesting, I promise. Please stick around. But yeah. It's just driving in the lines, or not in the lines, it's not a truck. And not getting, crap, hit. And I must say, this is definitely easier than Croc Pattern of the Gobos, which I tried to stream earlier today and massively failed at. Let's wait for Dustmite to arrive. Yeah. Oh. And with 2 races to go, we've pretty much won the championship, but I think we should keep going into the bronze tracks. I actually enjoy Revolt as a game a lot. Both the PC version, the Revolt Live version done by fans, the Dreamcast version, which is my favorite, the one I grew up with, PlayStation version. There's also an N64 version, if I recall. That one has interesting cheats that increase the quality in favor of performance. The quality of the graphics, I must say. So Museum 2. Oh, this is a fun one. If you don't know about the Museum 2 track, I think it passes through the... What's it called? Planeteer? No, not Planeteer. It has a view of the planets, that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know if it's in the PlayStation 1 version, actually, or if Planet 2 focuses on that's a fake one to distract them. And this, yeah, rowing, you have to settle. Because the PlayStation version is undoubtedly, though it's still pretty fun, the worst version of the... God damn it. Let me reset. It's undoubtedly the worst version of Revolt around. But, though I grew up with the Dreamcast version, this one was the one I got when I got my own money, so to speak. So, we're just finishing the first map, we're on map 2. And Revolt has a series of motifs. There's museum, there's supermarket, there's street, and the levels are all very creative, but they all revolve around the same track ideas. So in the end, it's kind of like, sort of like, maybe worlds in a platformer state. In fact, this whole game reminds me of the Toy Story 2 game, only in this one racing. And I know they made Toy Story Racers, I mentioned it already, but there's this, well, I haven't been expecting that. There's just something about Revolt that tickles my fancy. I enjoy it a lot. Of course, I could continue providing trivia like, did you know that RevoltGL, the fan-made version, had to be updated to work with OpenGL? Or did you know that, actually, Dreamcast version had an exclusive level? It's true. Of course, modders in the PC version, because of course there's a modding community for the PC version. What game doesn't have one if it has a PC port? Good question. Maybe a real obscure one. But have made that track, and to be honest, it's not a very good track. I've played it a lot, but it's just rooftops. Yeah, literally rooftops. I'm going right this time. I mean, I'm on the final lap. I'm finishing up. Yeah, this race is pretty much won. You can easily get some distance in museum tracks if you get a good start. That's because they're some of the most linear of them. So it doesn't appear so. They have hills and bumps and... yeah, they're linear. Of course, I could never lose, not with my faithful and trusty Volken Turbo. There's a reason I call this... yeah, we finished. There's a reason I call this stream going turbo. It's been my car of choice ever since I was a child, and so it hit me. That's my car of choice. I know how to control it. Oh well. So it do come to your attention I sweep sometimes. It doesn't have the best. It's all Marty. It doesn't have the best. I think I have a problem actually. Alright, we're back. We're continuing the championship with the final stage. I think it's a stufa, so botanical garden. Yeah, I knew it was a garden one, but I wasn't sure which one it was. Am I still streaming? That was odd. Everything went to the left and I couldn't see the OBS window anymore. And yeah, am I still streaming? OBS tells me it's still on, so. I'm not sure if the stream just went down. It appears to tell me, yeah, it went down, but I'm going to continue streaming anyhow because, hey, this is kind of fun. So I've regained first place, as you can see. I had an expertly used item. And I suppose I should bring this up. I was going to take the war round if I did not hit it. I did not hit or it's not true. But as I was saying, this might seem like an average card game. It can be. You can put it to, I think it's RC cards. Yeah, I'm going to, there's one map left and I'm second because I missed the up. I really like to win this in first place in every race. Oh. So, the Volken Turbo, good for a lot of things. Garden stages, not really. Though it might work out. We shall see. It's the final lap. And... Sorry, that's the music that's playing the stage. I really think with the Burn Championship you should have no problems. It's just a matter of doing it. Nothing to it but to do it. And it's finishing up. But this race was closer than any other race. So... I suppose I should end things while they're good. I don't know how long I've streamed, but thank you for watching, and I'll catch you up later. Maybe it's some more revolt. They're just finishing up now. Maybe it's some more revolt. We'll shall see. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I gotta go take my dog for walkies.